Alright, what's up guys? And welcome to kind of a little half done video kind of thing. This is my server that I'm making. It's going to be called Relic Custom Factions. I thought I'd do a little video just showcasing what I've got so far so that when it's completed you can kind of come back and see how far it's come. So far a lot of these don't work. This will be the main spawn. So when you spawn in, this is what you'll see. We've got a couple menus here. The main one will be the war zone, which is the faction world. It's only 1,000 by 1,000. I'm not sure what the reset time will be. The map will reset every probably 3 months, maybe 2 months. If it feels like it's too long, I'm going to drop back to 1 month, which was my original plan. And you can do faction claiming and raiding. There's no mob spawning naturally, just through spawners. And yeah, the map resets. World bosses, there will be a little area near spawn that spawns like a bunch of world bosses. I'll probably have 5 or 6 different types, and they'll spawn every 12 hours, and they'll probably end up dropping the best weapon in the game, or the best armor, just because it's kind of a I don't know, maybe I'm determined or deciding between having the world bosses drop the best items, or having professions being able to craft the best items, so that way it's player driven for the end game. But yeah, that's gonna be that. I'll show that one. It's gonna be a flat land. No, so this spawn is not done. This looks like trash. So it's basically just a flat land with some little speckles of different blocks. Its border is like nothing, so there's no hiding underground. The world isn't that big. There's gonna be no fly, so it won't be that easy to just fly across. And then just a big wall. And I got a world guard border on there as well, but that's just for show right now. I want it to be able so you can come to the edge and kind of like hop your way up to sky base. So you can make little sky bases, or yeah, just so sky bases. But I want it so that you can't have bases hiding underground. Any player, newbie or not, can just run around and see a base, whether it's up in the sky or it's on the ground. So that increases raids. There's more raids. You got to make your base better. You got to build smarter. Placements is really important. You'll have people rushing for the edges, not just the corners. The edges will be important as well. And I have a feeling too that I'm not going to put any hard rules on claiming around spawn. Like, this obsidian isn't breakable or buildable or anything. But I'm going to have just one rule that you can't completely block it. You can have a claim on top of this, like claim here. But you can't wall it off. You can't put traps in front of it. You can put traps around here, like all around here. But just not in front of the walkway. Players have to be able to walk out and reach the rest of the world. You can do as much as you want, like build huge, massive pits and stuff here. I don't care. But as long as players can get around, because there isn't going to be a wild TP option, like just teleporting somewhere. Because I feel the map is small enough that you should be able to run around, and that'll just, I mean, it's a small map. You want to give some room for being able to be a little bit far away, not just having people pop up outside your wall because they slash TP'd. But yeah, that's that. And then there's going to be shops, which I just started working on today. We're gonna have farming, which will be a big thing. I don't want it to be just mob grinding, and I don't want it to. I want to try to make it as little AFKing as possible. Farming will probably be the one thing that you can AFK. But then you got this, and I'm gonna have it so we have all these prices here. The highest is beetroot at the moment, but every week there's gonna be an item that goes on a fire sale or something, which increases the amount it can be sold for. So let's say 1 week red mushroom goes on a fire sale. Now you can sell red mushrooms for 32 instead of 7, and now that outplays beetroot. So it'll make people change up their farms more. They have to be more dynamic. And then all these base prices will sometimes change like per week. So let's say beetroot is like the only thing people are farming is being over farmed. I might drop beetroot down to 20 and bring like melons up to 15, just like kind of balance it out more, or change it just to change it up. And then we're gonna have raiding shop. I haven't built these ones up yet, but we're gonna have raiding shops for TNT and making cannons and stuff, and then base building. So you got your lava buckets, you got water buckets, you got obsidian, all that. Mob drops from spawners. We're gonna have all the types of spawners. Every single mob. You could be having a cod spawner or something, but that's that as well. I haven't worked on that yet. And then you can buy spawners, and the spawner system is going to be a little bit weird. It's going to be vanilla spawners. So what it would be is if I did, oh, that's not what I want. So in the spawner shop, you'll be able to buy just base spawners like this. So when you put them down, there'll be pigs. Pigs will probably be the most common spawner, just for XP or food or whatever. So you can place down the spawner, and then in the shop, all the eggs will be available to buy as well. So spawning these obviously will be expensive. That way, it's not gonna have people spamming them. Like if somebody bought like 100 gassed eggs or something and made them in spawn. But they're going to be expensive where you can't do that, so it would just be a big waste. But then yeah, so you buy the egg and you place it in your faction base wherever it is, and then you just click on that. I'm going to have, actually hold up, I'm going to test this really quick, just so I make sure that it works there. Okay, yeah, it consumes the creeper egg, good. Yeah, so that's how it'll work, and then yeah, actually, maybe not. That might not work. I might have to. Well, because I got this spawner thing that apparently works, but it didn't work on my server. And then I got silk spawner, which was outdated. It was 1.12. But then there was a new one that was made called spawner silk, but that wasn't working either. I was having some problems with it, but I'll probably have to end up getting that actually now that I think about it. So yeah, scrap that. And then that's our shops. And then there's going to be custom mob grinding locations. So they haven't really been set up either, but let's go. What do I name it? Yeah. So each tier, I should go over that soon as well. Tiers. Anyway, there's tiers, and each tier will have about 2 to 3 different mob grinding zones. Here there's 3. This will be tier 1. So what happens is the menu will come up. You get to choose which place you want to go to. Let's say you went tier 1, island 1. So you'd spawn here, and then we'll have custom mythic mobs. Like let's drop this apparition in here. This is a completely different mob. It won't be tier 1, but so you got these mobs here, and they'll have spawners, and they'll spawn in. So you can kill them. You get XP, you get money, and they'll drop their own little custom items as well that can be used in crafting. And yeah, we'll have those for each tier, and PvP is enabled on these. I want to make it competitive, so if you've got, let's say we're on tier 8 islands, and you're farming some kind of crafting material you need to make armor, and a lot of other people are trying to make that armor as well, there's only going to be one of those islands with, let's say, I don't know how many mobs, let's say like 10 to 20 mobs on there, each spawning every couple minutes or something. So you're going to have 2 or 3 people there trying to farm out these mobs. Sorry, oh my god, my mouth is getting so dry. So everybody's going to be trying to kill them, and if it gets overpopulated, players are going to have to start eliminating each other to allow them to farm the mobs more efficiently, I guess. And items don't drop when you die. Oh wait, no. I can't remember what I decided on. Yes, no, they do drop when you die. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had it set for something else before, but no, yeah, so yeah, items will drop when you die. And these will all be filled with custom mobs, and you'll have a bunch of it. I think I planned like 40 or 50 of them, so. So that's that. And then professions is the next thing, I think. And with the professions, I don't have a professions menu set up yet, but I can show you the mining, which I do have set up. Okay, so this will be mining. There's a couple of the professions that I have planned set up. Mining is one of them, and then there's woodcutting, and gathering herbs, and then you can make potions with those herbs, which the alchemy is a different profession. Then you can make armor, which is one profession. You can make weapons, which is another profession. Then there's going to be jewel crafting, or I don't know what I'm going to call it, but when you mine, I'm going to make a setting so that when you mine, you have a chance to get, actually, hold up, or maybe I'll have it when you smelt the ore, you have a chance of getting, you have a chance of getting a jewel. But then with jewel crafting, I have it set up so that you can have sockets on weapons and armor. So let's just see. I originally could only set it to 1 socket per item, but I figured something out the other day that changes that. Let's see. Alright, so like this. At the bottom there it says socket. Per tier, like I'm thinking tier 5 will be when you can start socketing items. And then at tier probably 7 you can socket 2 items. And then tier 9 you can, no. Let's do tier 8, you can do 2 items, or 2 sockets. And then tier 10 you can do 3. But yeah, it's going to be, you can craft gems and you can cut them. And, they'll give, what did I have set up there for? You can get plus HP, so a gem will give you more HP or more hearts. There was plus strength, I believe, which just did more damage. There was plus luck, which was like a looting drop. You get more drops, or more chance of getting rare drops. And then defense, I believe. I can't remember. Defense or speed. I can't remember what I went with. Because I knew I already had HP, so defense wasn't that necessary. But either one of those. But then you can put them on the weapons and make each weapon more unique, which is kind of cool. But for mining, we've got all these different tiers. These are actually not the tier that you are. It's going to be the mining level that you are. If I can figure it out. If I can't figure it out, it'll just be this. But anyway, there's all these things here. I'm going to go show it here. Let's go mining. Or we want to pick Diamond pick. So right here we have coal, which is the first one. And all of these go down. So here we got iron. Oh jeez. And then lapis. And coal blocks. Followed by redstone. And iron blocks. Gold ore. Lapis blocks. Diamond ore. Redstone blocks. Emerald ore. And then we get into gold blocks. I'm trying to think. Hold up. I'm trying to think where tier 10 is. Okay, this is tier 9, I believe. This is the nether quartz. Yeah, okay. So this is the tier 10 stuff. We got the diamonds. Diamond blocks, I should say. Emerald blocks. And then very last is quartz blocks. So what we can do, I'll do an example with, I'm trying to find one with a good name. Let's do gold ore. Actually, no, I like emeralds too. I can't remember, it's Galadium or something. Anyway, oops. So what would happen is, I think Galadium's tier 8. And you would come down here, and you'd start, oh, that's not going to work. And I think I'm going to need 64. But anyway, yeah, so you get the idea. You start mining. I can enchant fortune as well. So there'll be custom pickaxes as well that will have different levels of fortune and efficiency and whatnot. Yeah, okay, so actually you get the idea. It's just basically mining. It goes back for a little bit, but what happens is each 24 hours, I think, or 72, 20, I can't remember, I think I put 24 hours, the map will reset. So this map will reset here. Makes it a little bit more competitive because if you have a bunch of players, let's say they're on tier 5 mining, and there's like 4 or 5 of them, they're coming up here, and they all mine it out, and then somebody else comes to tier 5 mining, and they come here on the same day, and it's not here. They gotta wait till the next day, so it's kind of, you gotta, each time it resets, you gotta plan for it if you're big into the mining, and you want to, make money off of the ores and stuff that you sell. You gotta get here early when it resets to be competitive. But let's go up to the blast furnace. Alright, so here I'm gonna need a couple things. Let's see, actually let me grab lapis blocks. And maybe some iron ore. And then some coal blocks. I need myself a blast furnace key. And items give blast furnace key. So what this is going to be is you're going to get this from your mining trainer, which is going to be in here. And you'll have the mining trainer here, and then mining supplies and mining tools or something probably. But you got to come up to here, and you just got to be standing in the stone brick area to use the blast furnace. I'm going to fix this. I don't really think this looks good. I'm probably going to change it to stained glass. But what we have here is you can make dantium, which is out of coal, and then titanium, cobalite, moldanus, rubidoxa, iridium, luminite, and velvetasium. I had such fun coming up with these names. But what you gotta do is, depending on your level, I haven't fixed these either. They should have the tiers by them as well. So I got my iron ore. I need 64 to make a titanium. So now I have titanium, which can be used in armor crafting and weapon forging. So we'll just make that, and then you got 2 titanium. And then because we have our lapis lazuli blocks, we can make velvetasium, which is tier 5 or 6, I believe. I think it's 6, yeah. Like this one's tier 2. And you got velvetasium, yeah, mining tier 6. Same thing. Most of these are used only in weapon forging and armor crafting. Whether or not I'm going to make a tool making profession, I'm not sure, but if I do, it'll be used in that as well. So yeah, then we got velvetasium, a block of coal, we got moldanus, so we got moldanus block, superheating coal blocks, and you know, there's rubitoxa, which is the same thing, and luminite. So this is the blast furnace, and that's up until tier 6, but then when you get to quintessa, which is diamonds, diamonds and up need to use the void furnace, which I haven't put in yet, but it will just be down at the same level as diamonds. So yeah, the mining. That's the only one I've set up yet for gathering. Actually, it's any of the professions I've set up. I worked a little bit on jewel crafting, but well, yeah, most of them are going to be like this, where the world will reset if it's a gathering one. So herbalism and woodcutting will both have worlds that reset as well. I'm trying to think of another one that I had plans to do archaeology or something like that, where you discover, like, I don't know, you would have a world where you just had dirt or something, and you dig down, and you'd come across chests that you would open, and they'd be random, and they'd have items that you didn't see the item name. It was all, and all the stats were blanked out. It was just like an artifact. And then you had to have another profession called researching or identifying or something like that. Researching, I think I came up with, but and then you would be able to research the artifacts into weapons and armor and items like crafting items and stuff. But I'm not sure how that would work and whether or not it would work well. But yeah, that's mining. Oh, I feel like my voice is so raspy today. I think I'm getting sick. In main spawn. So then what we're going to have as well are a couple things I'll show you. Is an auction house. So we'll have the auctioneer here. And these are something that I came up with that I thought would be cool. I might add a couple more, but for now this is going to be it. Is factions, or just players, whoever wants to, I guess players would be the ones to do it, can rent this space every week. So what we have is, I think these are, well, whatever they are, let's just say 16 by 16 for now. I don't think it is, but so you have 16 by 16, and on our Discord, we would have a Discord server for renting these with in-game money. So let's say for one day it costs like $1 million for the big massive box. And to rent it, you would just post on our Discord a 16 by 16 pixel paint, so just Microsoft Paint, and then you make it 16 by 16. And you put all your colors in. You can, you know, make your little design and logo, or and then yeah, you post it on the Discord, and then we keep track of everything. We come in game, we'll just remove the money from your balance, and then we'll upload the picture there, and it will stay there for the amount of time that you purchased it for, which I'm guessing the maximum would be like 3 days, because or maybe, I don't know, yeah, 3 days probably. That way you can get everything changing, and there's different pictures and different logos. And I might extend this so it's longer, so longer on each end, because I'm gonna have in-game shops for like player shops, so players can make their own shop and put items in the shop. Actually, let me think about that. I got an auction house. It's kind of close enough. Maybe. Anyway, but I thought you could make like a slash command, like you could do, like make it look like slash, and then put your player shop so you can advertise your player shop. But that's just something that I thought fun. I thought I'd throw in there. These are a couple weapons I was making. The very early stage of tier 1s. So there'll be how many rarities were there? I think I came up with, oh yeah, okay, so there's the crafted rarity, which is just crafted items. And then it goes common and uncommon, then unique, rare, legendary, and then relic items, which are like unique, like 100%. Like they're the only item in the, like you'd only have one item of them in the game. So let's say you had like a relic axe called like I don't know, just like a name of an axe, and it had certain skills and it had certain abilities and durabilities and enchants and sockets. I think relics will probably have like 5 sockets or something. Just super OP weapons that are very rare, probably only dropping from world bosses. And then once, like, if I'm gonna see if I can figure this out, but if not, I'll just, I don't know, I'll have them only drop once and then they'll never drop again, I guess. Is that if an item drops that's a relic item. Oh, and I'm using the custom model textures as well from Cubic Studio for those, so they'll be more kind of, I don't know, epic looking. Totally lost my train of thought. I was talking, oh yeah, that I wanted to make it so that if a player has a relic item and they either don't log on for, no, not that. If they drop the item or the item gets destroyed, like let's say they drop the item and it despawns, or they drop the item in lava, or I don't know. That's I might set a log timer like if you're not on for 30 days, because that'll be a reset. No. Yeah, no. Every reset, all the items will be taken out of the inventories. Like I've had it so that for when you have the faction map will reset every month or 3 months. I don't know what I came up with. But when it does reset, all the bases get reset. All the spawners that you have there get reset. I'm going to make it so all spawners get removed from inventories, but there'll be ender chests. And you can put, like, let's say there's an ender chest. So there'll be ender chests, and at the end of the season, there'll be a warning saying, put your valuables in the ender chest. So say you have, let's just assume these are really good weapons, and they're just bombing weapons. And you want to save them because you worked your ass off for them, and you don't want them getting reset. So you put them in here, and then when the server resets, everything will get reset except for the ender chests. And your ranks won't get reset, but that's another thing too. But there's going to be no donor ranks like staged ranks, like you got Cosmic and all them doing it where they say like a certain name. Let's just say you got Traveler, and then you got Adventure and all this crap. It's just going to be one rank. You get all of the commands that you would usually get with a max rank. So you get this /sell, /hell hand, /fix, whatever you need for that. But no fly. There's no /fly. you get all of them for one rank. It's just called premium. Yeah, so it's premium, and it's cheaper. I'm not doing like $100 ranks. That's ridiculous. So it's $15 USD for the premium rank. Once you buy it, you get it for all. It never resets. You don't. And you get to come onto the server when it's full. You get, I don't know, just all the benefits you would get with a usual max rank, but for $15 instead of like 200, and there's only one. So, but that's that. And I was talking about something else as well. What was I talking about? The reset. Okay, but yeah, what I got to is you can put all your items in here, so you'll have people that'll save weapons, you'll have people that'll save armor, maybe they're god sets or what it is. I'm going to say that no on the spawners. I'm definitely going to have to reset all spawners, or players would just mine all of their spawners and just fill their ender chest up with spawners. And but then they would lose all the custom weapons. No, but you could just sell spawners and buy custom weapons. No, yeah. So all spawners will reset. I don't know. I'm not sure on the idea of resetting yet. Like, I'm definitely gonna reset the map, and I'm just not sure if I'm gonna reset custom weapons or not. Definitely not resetting professions. So if you've grinded out tier 10 mining and the map resets, you're still gonna have tier 10 mining after, and you'll still have the premium rank if you bought that, and yeah, I think I'll have it so you can just save one ender chest full of whatever you want, except for spawners. No spawners. And yeah, so that'll be that on the reset. Yeah. Done professions. I've done the war zone. That's not supposed to say currencies, even though there will be currencies. It'll be like that's a long story. It's like, it won't be like a currency like dollars. It'll be for certain shops. There's like custom weapon shops where you'll be able to buy like if you die, lose all your stuff, and now you're kind of PO'd because you don't have any stuff, and you don't want to have to go out and grind a bunch of mobs with a wooden sword, because that's just trash. But you do have a money in your balance. Like, let's say you have like 2 mil or something, or 3 mil. You can just go to the custom weapon shop, or go to the currency menu, and convert your balance in your game into weapon tokens. And then with those weapon tokens, you can buy custom weapons. You know what, now that I say that, that sounds kind of retarded. Excuse my language there too. Yeah, because you could just buy custom weapons with the balance. Yeah, no. Scrap the currencies for now. If something fun comes up where it can be used like that, then yeah, I'll do it. But for now, no. So it'll still be shops menu there. But then this brings me to item bundles, which are kind of cool. So there'll be a shop where you can spend the in-game balance on item bundles. So you'll have like a tier 1 item bundle, or whatever up to tier 10. And then you have one like the one I just made here. Let's see. Items, give soil. So because the war zone has absolutely no dirt, and you obviously need dirt to do farms. And because you make so much money from farms, I thought, okay, you got to make dirt somewhat expensive. It's not going to be expensive. Soil bundles tier 1, so it's easy. But you'll have these bundles that you can buy. Let's say the soil bundle is like 1,000 in-game dollars, which is really nothing if you've looked at the shops. Like farming, you can make, if it's 1,000, that's what, that's like 40 beetroots. That's pretty easy. And so then you'd open it up, and this time I got podzol, but if I had a bunch of them. Oh, that's a bug. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I wonder if there's a way to make them not stackable. So, I mean, even though I know note blocks, let's see. Like, I know note blocks are stackable, but I wonder if there's a way in the configs to make it so they aren't. Like, because with swords, see, I can go like this, but you can't stack those two. So, I don't know. But that's going to be that. It's a very work in progress idea, and I'm not even sure if it's possible with all of Minecraft's, what do you call them? I don't know what the name of it is, but it's the rules for when it comes to transactions. I don't know. I think the only way I'd be able to do these kind of item bundles like that is that if I made it so you can't buy anything in the shop besides premium rank. So yeah, the in-game donor shop is going to have nothing but premium rank. That's the only thing you can get in the donor shop. No keys, you can't buy bundles in the shop. You can't buy anything but premium. And premium gives you no monetary benefit in-game. Like you don't get /kit money, or you don't get /G kits, or you don't get, there's nothing like that you would get, that you'd be able to use and then sell to get money in-game, and then use that in-game money to buy item bundles. Like, it would be like you're buying item bundles, kind of. So it would have to be 100%. You get no balance increase from anything from premium. So the only thing you get from premium is the commands. Like, you got sell hand, sell all, /near, /back. Probably not /back though. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. And all that kind of stuff. Probably not /feed either. Just well, maybe /feed. Yeah, /feed, but not /heal. But yeah, but just a bunch of commands, and just like an in-game title, like, let's show it here. Packs user Ortiz said. Okay, so that's what it would look like there. So if you're tier 10, without the red, because that's... Okay, so this is what it would look like if you were tier 10. So you got, if you had premium as well. So you got premium, and then you got tier 10. And I think the only thing you would get from premium is the commands, the ability to join the server when it's full, and I think, just so I don't have too many, like, I don't want to have so many backed up, like, inquiries about this, like saying, oh, I want to purchase or rent this for a week or something like that, and give me a picture. I don't want to have like 100 of those backed up. So if somebody says, ooh, can I rent this one? I'd be like, nah, sorry, brother. Come back in like 7 months. So I think renting these and being able to put up a picture will be a premium only thing. So you have to get premium to be able to put your own picture up there. And everything else, I think, should be. I want to make it as little pay to win as possible. I don't want any. Yeah. And I'm thinking too, since the if I make the map reset every 3 months, it would allow for longer time in between of people donating. Like, I have a certain amount that it costs to run the server, and it's definitely way lower than it should be right now because there's no players on. And I'm expecting that it's going to be somewhere between $50 to $100. It probably more. I don't know. But what's going to happen is when people donate, let's say there is, if it's a 15 USD donation and there's 20 people that don't, or yeah, 20 people that donate, that's $300. Let's say the server cost is $100. That's a 200 access. I'm going to be making it so that for the faction resets, the money that was made from donations so let's say season 1 made $300. Then season 2 would have a faction top prize of $200. Just whatever it would be, total donation for that season minus server cost for that season is the faction reward for faction top at the end of the season. The next season, I mean. If that makes any sense. And that way it'll give incentive for, I don't know, just players to come back every reset. So, and that's when it confuses me, because that's when I got to be thinking about what gets reset every season as well. Which, I don't know. I'm still torn whether it should be all items and all everything except for ranks and professions, or if it should be just the map and just keeping one ender chest full, which I think is good, because as long as it's not spawners, it's not that bad. I mean, you'll just have people that save the G set that they worked on all season, and then PvP it won't be that dull PvP in the beginning, or I guess maybe that's exciting PvP, I don't know. But when everybody's got their baller sets going, I feel like everybody just has more fun raiding and everything. But the idea too with the Warzone is that because the map is so small and that there's no hiding underground, I want to make it so there's as much raiding as possible, so that you got to make your base so well that if when you go to sleep, you're worried that when you wake up in the morning, your base might get raided. So you gotta, be creative and try to make something that can at least make it to the next day, so that you can defend your base and defend your items. Oh, that was another thing. The reason, the spawners will be a big thing to defend with faction bases, but items, I'm not going to have any personal vaults or backpacks, nothing. I've always hated that idea, because it's completely locking away those items from anybody. There's no chance of anybody being able to get those items ever again except for you, unless you use them and die with them. But so what it's going to be is there'll be ender chest. That'll be your one vault. You have your I don't even know what it is. It's like a small chest, but it's like 27. Yeah, so you have your 27 items that you'll be able to keep in here. That's your only vault. All other items have to be kept in chests on the Warzone world. So that'll make incentive for raiding even better, because if you can raid and blow up their chests and get their items, you could be getting a bunch of like tier 10 shit when you're like tier 5. Like if you got a tier 5 faction where ooh, you've got like your highest tier person in your faction is only tier 5, and you guys are just really good at raiding, and you raid a tier 10 base, you get all that tier 10 gear. There's no restrictions on being able to wear the tier gear at a lower tier. Like if you're tier, maybe not tier 1. I'm gonna make it tier 2 and up, because tier 1 is just new players, and I feel like that's kind of just goofy. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But or I was gonna do it restricting, but like if a tier 10 can only wear tier 10 gear. Maybe actually that, I don't know. I just feel like that's so restrictive though. Like if you were raiding and you raid and you got all this, I guess you could sell it, but you got all this gear that you can't even use. That'll be a work in progress. I don't know. It'll be either or. It'll be either you can wear it at any tier, But then that kind of makes tiers less important. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with the other one. It's you got to be tier 10 to wear tier 10. That makes sense. But anyways, it's when you raid, you can blow up chests and you can get a bunch of items so that people aren't stockpiling them in their vaults, and items can change hands more often. And I don't know. When you get raided, it'll just be more devastating, and when you do raid, it'll just be more exciting. So I don't know if the more exciting raids make up for the devastation of being raided. Either or, it's going to be hardcore factions, so that's the way she goes. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Got to be looking. I still got to work on a lot of stuff, like the professions and the custom mob grinding zones for sure. Like, I wanted to make it so that the only place that you could escape PvP is the spawn and professions. Professions won't have any PvP because that's just stupid. Yeah, so at least if you are one of those people that are a bit more casual and you like factions and you like the custom items and everything, but you don't like the PvP too much. I mean, you still like PvP, but you don't like PvP as much as the other ones. You can do professions more than the other. So you could have like a faction where they might have like a group of good PvPers, and then you'll have a group of people that just like to do professions. Like you'll have ones that are mining, and then they'll have armor crafters, and that way you can craft armor for your better PvPers, and you can go out and have them raid and get more items for the profession makers and stuff like that. So I was trying to make it as dynamic as possible. And yeah, I think that's it. Haven't set up the auctioneer yet. Anything else I haven't covered? I got the shops. Spawners, mob drops. Mob drops will be very similar to the farming. Like how there's a fire sale, like when potato goes up in price, or sell price. It'll be the same with mob drops. So if you've got a faction based with just all creeper spawners, and sulfur's doing really well, you got like $30 to $40 per sulfur. But then all of a sudden the prices will change, and you'll have creeper things going for maybe 25, and now you've got bones going up to like 50, where it's just bones are the way to go now. So, and I know that might seem like it's a bit of a pain in the ass when you've saved up all this money for these creeper spawners, and because they were just such a good moneymaker. And then it changed, and now you gotta. But I don't know. That's part of the game. I want it to make so it's never stagnant. Like you're never like not so much so that you can never sit still and enjoy what you've done. Like if you saved up and bought all these creeper spawners, not that you'll buy all of them and you'll set them up and you'll just start getting all that money from it, and then it changes. It'll be like maybe the change. I was gonna say every week, but maybe it'll change every week, every 2 weeks. I mean, sorry, like 2-3 weeks, so you get some time to build off of that opportunity that you had before. But yeah, that'll be cool. And and I was thinking earlier today, like the max tier right now is tier 10. But when the season resets, I'm thinking of adding it'll either be tier 11 or it'll be tier 10 with a power level kind of thing, like tier 10 plus number. So you got tier 10 plus 1, or tier 10 plus 2, tier 10 plus 3, tier 10 plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7. Or just tier 10 4, tier 10 5, tier 10 5, or whatever. And then with each reset, adding like I'm trying to go for like 1,000 custom items. This is roughly what I want on launch. And then each reset, I'll be adding like maybe 10 new weapons, 10 new armor pieces, or like helmets, chests, 10 of each. Um, and some new crafting items, and maybe even add some more to the professions, like add more ores and stuff, and more herbs and potions and everything, just so that each season has something fresh and new to add on. But at the same time, I don't want it to. Sorry, I don't want it to make other tiers useless, like completely. Like if you got obviously tier 10, there's like a progression curve. Tier 10 is the highest. It's obviously going to be more powerful than tier 5, tier 3, but it's not like you're going to have a tier 10 going and one-shotting a tier 8 or a tier 7, or even so much as as a tier 4 or tier 3. You know, it'll still be normal fights, but if you're a tier 3 and you go up against tier 10, you're obviously going to die. He's going to hit you in like 2-3 shots, but not like so much power that it's just going to be one shots all over the place. um, just as long as the progression curve feels rewarding enough, but at the same time not so overpowered. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little cover of what I got going so far. If you guys like what you guys have seen and you want to follow what I'm doing and what I'm adding each day, I have a kind of a dev blog thing on my Discord, and I'll have the Discord in the description. So if you want to join there and say hello and say, hey, I saw the video, or you just want to see what updates have been done, feel free to join. And yeah, see you guys later.